All right, let's talk about a part of your home you probably never think about until, something goes horribly wrong. I'm talking about your plumbing. Today, we're going to decode the secret language of your drains and really understand that huge, unseen system working silently right under our feet. So, let's dive in.
You know that sound? You're at the sink, and the water is just struggling to go down, making that slow, gurgling noise. It's so easy to just ignore it and walk away. But that sound, well, that's a message. So what is your drain actually trying to tell you? In short, it's asking for help. And today, we're going to learn how to listen.
And that sound brings us right to our first section, the gurgle from below. This isn't just some random noise your house makes. Nope, it's a symptom, a clear sign that something much deeper is going on inside your pipes.
And this, right here, changes the whole perspective. A slow drain isn't just an annoyance making your chores take a little longer. It's an early warning flare shot up by your home. If you ignore it, you could be looking at sewer backups, property damage. We're talking about much bigger and way more expensive problems. The real takeaway here is to pay attention to these little signs before they blow up into big ones.
So, what's actually causing that gurgle in the first place? Let's play detective for a minute. We're about to uncover the anatomy of a clog and find out what's really hiding down there in the dark.
And here they are, the usual suspects. First, you've got your silent invaders, and that's no joke. We're talking tree roots that can snake their way into your main sewer line, causing total chaos. Then there's the hidden buildup from mineral deposits, which is a real problem in older pipes. Of course, you have the classic artery clogger. That's all the grease and food waste that builds up and hardens over time. And finally, there's the blockade, which is, honestly, completely avoidable. It's caused by flushing things that just have no business being in a pipe.
This chart just illustrates the problem perfectly. Look, on the left, you see what your plumbing was actually designed for. Human waste and toilet paper. That's pretty much it. But on the right, oh boy, that's the list of real troublemakers. Those so-called flushable wipes, they're a massive problem because they don't break down. Same goes for paper towels, hair, grease, all of it. These are the things that band together to cause so many clogs.
Okay, so let's say you've got a really stubborn clog. The plunger's not cutting it. What's next? Well, this is when you call in the pros. Let's take a look at the professional toolkit and see how the experts use some seriously impressive tech to handle these deep-seated problems.
First up is something called power rotting. The easiest way to think about this is like a super-powered, heavy-duty drill for your pipes. They feed a long, flexible cable with a cutting head right into the pipe, and as it spins, it just mechanically grinds through solid blockages, like thick tree roots or compacted gunk, clearing the path so water can finally flow again.
Next, we've got hydrojetting. Now, if power rotting is a drill, then hydrojetting is basically like power washing your pipes from the inside out. A special hose blasts water at incredibly high pressure, and it just scours the entire inner surface of the pipe clean. This is amazing for getting rid of years of caked-on grease and sludge. It doesn't just restore flow, it actually helps make your pipes last longer. But wait, how do they even know which tool to use or where the problem is? That's where this game changer comes in, video inspection. It's literally an endoscopy for your pipes. They send a tiny waterproof camera right down the drain line, giving the plumber a crystal clear live feed of the problem. No more guesswork, no digging up your yard on a hunch. They can see exactly what's wrong and exactly where it is.
So, let's just quickly break down the difference here. Power rotting uses that mechanical auger, that drill, so it's best for tough, solid stuff like tree roots. Its goal is to clear a path. Hydrojetting, on the other hand, uses that high-pressure water, which is perfect for grease and sludge. And it doesn't just clear a path, it cleans the entire pipe wall, basically bringing it back to a like-new condition.
Now, knowing all the solutions is great, but you know what's even better? Preventing the problem from happening in the first place. And that brings us to our final section, your home's drain defense. This is all about being proactive.
And look, this is your simple 3-step plan. It's not complicated. First, daily care. I'm talking simple things, like using hair catchers in the shower and never ever pouring grease down the sink. That stuff makes a huge difference. Second, think about an annual checkup, especially for your main sewer line. That's how you catch things like roots early. And finally, when you do need help, you have to choose wisely.
And that last point is critical. You have to do your homework. Always check that a company is licensed and insured. Ask for a written estimate before any work starts, so there are no nasty surprises on the bill. And, hop online and check reviews. A few minutes of research can save you a world of headaches later on.
And really, this is the key takeaway for this whole thing. This quote just sums it up perfectly. Taking these small, preventative steps now is almost always going to be cheaper and way less stressful than dealing with a flooded basement or a sewer backup in the middle of the night.
Look, your home's plumbing works tirelessly, day in and day out, completely out of sight. It's a silent but absolutely vital system. So after everything we've gone over today, the real question I'll leave you with is this. Is it time to finally stop and really listen to what yours might be trying to tell you?